From the story Aduragbemi explained to the court yesterday, it shows that Wunmi mistakenly stabbed Mohbad and Mohbad bled to death.
This is serious. Wunmi RIP'd Mohbad, but it wasn't intended. It was not something she wanted to do, but it happened right in their house. You're about to listen more, and you'll be listening to this intelligent lady. This is going to be explosive. So, Adura, the younger brother to Mohbad, refused to speak at the coroner inquest earlier, but what he eventually said made us realize that info that we got at the beginning, that Mohbad and Wunmi had a fight, confirmed by Prime Boy. And what is this argument? You see, Mohbad's junior brother had issues with his brother because he was exempted from the Canadian visa. Mohbad, his wife, or widow, let's just call her widow, and Liam, the alleged son of Mohbad, until DNA is confirmed, both got Canadian visa. And this is confirmed by Wunmi when she went to the coroner inquest. So inside of their house, they had issues, they had a fight, they had some argument. And you see, this Adura, the younger brother of Mohbad, probably wanted to express himself like, how come this is just happening? I'm exempted. Am I not supposed to be part of the crew? Why did you exempt me? Everything this woman says, that is what you do. An argument ensued. So it's like Mohbad's wife did something at that time to fight Mohbad. Because, you see, it takes just a short period for you to lose all the blood in your body. And that's the end of it. What really happened? How did Mohbad suddenly RIP? Why are they covering it? Why did Mohbad's mom cry at the coroner inquest when Adura, the younger brother of Mohbad, was called to speak? She quickly called him outside and whispered to his ears, according to eyewitnesses. And immediately this young man got in. He said he's not feeling fine and that he could not talk. And they went back home to prepare themselves. This time around, he has been promised US, since he couldn't get the Canada back then. He has been promised everything. You go to US, you go to Canada, don't worry, everything will be fine. And don't forget that Mohbad's mother has collected huge amount of money. So money is not the problem now. The only person that is standing as a stumbling block is Mohbad's father that wants justice for Mohbad. Let us listen to this intelligent woman speak. You will be shocked. You will be shocked that that duvet that Mohbad's father saw, that is filled with blood, came up as a result. I mean, this thing that his father said is as a result of something that happened inside of the house.
From the story Aduragbemi explained to the court yesterday, it shows that Wunmi mistakenly stabbed Mohbad and Mohbad bled to death. If you don't agree to this, argue with your keypad. Argue with it. Because Aduragbemi told us that they fought seriously when they got home on that day. If not, how is it that your husband that you explained to us that your husband was hale and hearty, even Aduragbemi said his brother was okay, his brother was, he wasn't having any problem, that he was healthy, nothing happened to him. Even Wunmi was telling us that my husband was even begging me that my husband was that he wanted to even do that night, that he wanted to do. He wants her to give him his akpekus. That was what Wunmi said. So how come is it that your husband have a minor injury and you have to call the nurse? Why must you call the nurse, Wunmi? Why must you give them the order to call the nurse? Because Aduragbemi said it was Wunmi that ordered somebody to call that particular nurse. If you don't know her, how did you say they should call the nurse? You just want you were now trying to say it was Mohbad, it was what? See, do not lie on the death. Don't lie on the dead. The more reason why Mohbad kept on pressurizing you that you cannot even the house that you were staying, you are not. They said you are not there again. I heard that you were not there. So Wunmi, you are the one that R.I.P. Mohbad, mistakenly R.I.P. Mohbad. With your negligence, you R.I.P. Mohbad. Wunmi, you are the one that R.I.P. Mohbad, not Prime Boy. It was not Prime Boy. It wasn't Prime Boy. And it was not the nurse. It wasn't the nurse. It wasn't Prime Boy. Why don't you take Mohbad to the hospital? Because you want to cover your shame. You want to cover the fact that that stabbing, you don't want it to be exposed, because you know that the doctor will ask what happened to him, who stabbed him, why was the cut, why was the deep cut, why was dead bleeding, why was the blanket soaked with blood. Wunmi, you knew what by your husband. You were the one that mistakenly R.I.P. Mohbad. You were fighting. Yes, your husband died as a result of you and Mohbad that were fighting inside the room. Case closed. All station settled.
Welcome back. Now, two people fighting. One could bring up a weapon to attack the other. And from the narration of Mohbad's brother Adura at the coroner inquest, we can deduct using common sense that what Prime Boy said about Wunmi and Mohbad having a quarrel, even though he didn't say that he had some altercation with Mohbad's junior brother, not really a fight, not until Mohbad came down and you know what happened? They started, trying to show superiority to each other. I'm stronger than you. I will beat you up. Get out of my car. I'm richer and all of that. Now, the part that Wunmi removed from all of this is the fight that they had, the quarrel they had in the car, and when they got home, which is important. Now, according to Adura said he stepped out of the house when the quarrel increased. And what is this? It is all about Canadian visa and paternity DNA and a lot of pressure. It's something that we all know that Wunmi has not given peace to Mohbad. Voice notes, audio recordings leaked, released by those that are close to them. We heard Mohbad's voice. We heard what he said. And Mohbad's father confirmed, saying that nothing passes out, nothing good comes out of that house to anyone, out of that house without Mohbad's widow say so. Now, for those that might be doubtful about this, thinking that we are making up the story, let us apply a little bit of, a detective, just a little of it inside of this matter. What will make a young man being treated, given tetanus injection due to, his body meaning his body is already beginning to develop pus and he's beginning to have signs of the wounds are getting infected? What will just make that person within the space of, let's say, 48 hours, just RIP? I know that anyone can RIP anyhow, a little headache here and there. But Mohbad, according to his brother, is healthy. Now, I know that Mohbad's junior brother is not a medical doctor to know who is physically okay inside. But let us look at it. When you are with a woman who is on the street, when you marry a woman on the street and you are also a guy on the street, when you fight, what do you think is the next thing? She will take weapon, because that is what she's used to, weapon to fight. Now, according to what you heard, she took weapon and did something to Mohbad. That is where that blood that you saw. It's not as if Mohbad got home, he wasn't feeling fine, they now had to call auxiliary nurse after some hours. No. What kind of fight would he have had out there? No. It is more, when they got home, the fight increased, the fight continued. And what is this fight all about? Canadian visa, benefit for my family, for myself, all of this pressure, all of this stress. He will remember what has happened to him and what they have done, how the Wunmi has messed up and all of that. And Wunmi will be like, okay, this and that. And Wunmi's brother was also pressuring. Mohbad's brother, Adura was also saying, why is my name not included in this? So he left home when he realized that things are not just sounding as it should for him. He left home. When he came back, he said what he saw is beyond human comprehension. And this is what Wunmi has been trying to hide. When he returned, what he saw, he couldn't understand. So at the end of the day, they needed to call auxiliary nurse to take care of the situation. The auxiliary nurse knows, but they are trying to shut her mouth, saying you are not even qualified to administer. She can say what she saw and what would have cost it. Let us ask, why didn't Wunmi force Mohbad to go to the hospital? Okay, you might kind of look at it like force care. How can she force a grown-up man to go to the hospital, particularly if they are having issues? Yes, it is correct. That is right. It is not possible to force a grown-up man. According to her, she claimed that Mohbad did not want to go to the hospital because he is afraid after the NDLEA. And Mohbad said it in the audio that after that NDLEA, his life has been messed up. Like he just doesn't understand himself again. His mind, his body is like they gave him something to drink, and after he drank it till today, he's not just okay. He's not in control of his mind. He just doesn't know what it is that happened to him. This is what he said. The NDLEA has removed themselves from me, saying, no, we don't know about this nonsense. Please get us